Good morning. My name is Stephen Cotter and I work for CIE Tours. And I'm joined today by Stephen McNally from Dalata Hotel Group. Good morning, Stephen. How are you doing?
Great, Stephen. Good morning. Good to see you.
Good to
Yeah,
see you too. You're looking well.
good. Yeah, very good
So,
indeed. Good news.
good.
Yeah.
So today we're here to talk about the CIE Tours Awards of Excellence. And as you know, Stephen, we've been operating our Awards of Excellence for over 30 years. And that's where we like to recognize the good achievements of our top suppliers. And that's based on the feedback that we get from our customers who travel on our coach tours. Unfortunately, as you know, due to COVID, we haven't been able to operate any coach tours for the last year. So we've taken this time to reflect back over the last 30 years and to look and see which suppliers and which partners that we have who have won the most awards, maybe 10 plus awards. And we've created a new category and we've created an all-star category. So the CIE Tours All-Stars. We've also created a second category and it's called the CIE Tours Rising Stars. And that's for suppliers who we've just started dealing with maybe in the last couple of years, but they've hit the ground running and they've started off on a very high level of customer satisfaction. And we've given them a few awards over the last number of years too. So we'd like to call out those guys as well. Well, I'm delighted to be here today with you, and I'm delighted to say that we can call Dalata Hotel Group a CIE Tours All-Star. And that's based on the many awards that we've given the Dalata Hotel Group over the years. So congratulations to you and to your team.
We're thrilled. We're
thrilled. Good. So maybe if you'd like to take a few moments, Stephen, if you'd like to tell me a little bit about Dalata Hotel Group. We've been dealing with you for many years, and maybe you can give us just a little history of Dalata.
Well, no, delighted to be accredited with the awards award, the All Stars Award, should I say? And Dalata have been working with CIE really since we began in 2007. That's when the company was formed. Previously, we were in Jury's Doyle Hotel Group, a lot of us. So funny enough, with CIE and ourselves, we've been working with you well over 50 years now at this stage. So we've a long history. I always remember the awards. You have them on every year, and we love going up and picking up the awards. And our general managers, in particular in the hotels, found it brilliant, because your score levels are quite high. To get an award now isn't easy, and we know that. But every year our guys went up there. They were so proud to display that award, and tell the public in general, how grateful they are to receive those awards. But the Dalata formed in 2007. We've 44 hotels. We're Ireland's largest hotel group. A lot of hotels in Dublin, over 17 hotels in Dublin, and we're building 3 as we speak at the moment. So we'll continue to grow in Dublin. We're also based over in Britain. We've 3 in London at the moment and building 1 there too, and we've got 9 other locations. So we've hotels basically in Britain and Ireland. When we started out in 2007, we started out with 11 hotels. So now we've got up to 44, and as a result, we've become the largest hotel company. I suppose we were a young company as well in many ways, because we did only start in 2007, but our product is also young. So our bedrooms are only 15 years old on average, which is really good, especially for the customer as well, because our product is good and we invest in our product heavily at all times. So that's made a huge difference to us. We have about 4,000 people working with us, and I don't think there's many who don't know CIE Tours, because you reach out to many of our locations right around Ireland and around the UK, indeed, So as I say, we've grown over the years, and the partnership with CIE has grown over the years as well, and we're delighted really the way it's matured, if you want to call it that, over the years.
Good, yeah. I mean, you guys have always been a pleasure to deal with. As you said, you're the biggest hotel group in Ireland, so it's very difficult not to deal with you. You are everywhere as well, so and you are one of the best, and we always want to deal with the best hotels and the best visits. So, so just in that regard, as we said, you've won many awards down through the years, and it's a difficult thing to do, because you have to be consistent. You have to it's high level of quality, tour departure after tour departure after tour departure. So is there any one thing, there's a lot of things that you do, obviously, in running a big hotel group and running a hotel. Is there any 1 or 2 specific things that you would attribute that success to?
Yeah, I suppose the couple of key things is we have consistent teams in the hotels. So over the years, a lot of our general managers are in their jobs quite a long time, so they understand the ethos of what we're trying to do. The other thing is, from a local hotel point of view, they've quite a lot of autonomy. So unlike some hotel groups where maybe the head office or central office would pull a lot of the strings for them. In many ways, all our managers are entrepreneurs in their own right. And I think that makes the whole drive for service a lot better. It just means that they have a lot more responsibility. The hotel is effectively their own, so when it comes to dealing with the customer, I suppose we have this thing, we said, we're not into transactions, we're into hospitality. And I think that's one of the key words I always say to the guys, look, as long as we do the hospitality thing well, we'll always be okay. Yeah. If we get into doing transactions like, say, the banks, then you'll be just okay as well. But from our business, it's all about hospitality. It's all about that warm Irish welcome. It's all about recognizing customers' needs and customers' needs as they change as well over the years, that we're able to adapt with that and make that journey for the customer through our hotel a lot easier, so that's key. So I think really when I look at it, it's hospitality will be one of those key words that I'd use.
Great, yeah, and I suppose that's what we're well known for. It's such a welcoming country, Ireland, and speaking of welcoming, I mean, hopefully, it's been traumatic over the last 12 months with the coronavirus, and it's been difficult for everybody's business. But hopefully we're getting closer to welcoming people back into Ireland, and we're getting closer to welcoming people back on our tours and taking them back to the Dalata hotels. Is there things that you guys have been working on over the last number of months, maybe the last year, that things that you're putting in place that might reassure people and maybe might ensure that people are safe when they are coming to stay with you?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things, Stephen. What I'd say is, as a company, first of all our hotels are open today, albeit it's for essential services. But what that's allowed us to do is keep our engine room, I call them, teams in place. So all our management teams are actually working every day in every hotel, despite the fact that in many places the hotels are closed or maybe very barely open. We've kept our full range of services open, even through the pandemic. And for example, we're still serving a full Irish breakfast or a UK breakfast, English breakfast. We're still serving, hot dinner and teas and bar food. So we're still looking after people in the right way. So I think what we've managed to do through the last 12 months now, it is keep all our teams in place. We were just doing our scores the other day because we do a lot of scoring ourselves. And when I look at our turnover of management, we have retained 96% of our management teams since the beginning of this, which is absolutely huge. Now that means when things do ease, and they're starting to now, that we'll be able to probably move off faster and get our standards and get our services up a lot faster than most people, because we don't have to go out and hire. We've got our teams in place. So I think that's key. The other thing we've done is, obviously each region, whether you're Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland, or you're in Britain, on mainland Britain, they'll all have their own, I suppose, rules, and local authorities will have all of their own safety needs. So obviously we comply with all of those as in every way. But on top of that, we also employed a European company called Bureau Veritas. Now they're one of the leading companies in terms of measurement and health and safety measurement right throughout Europe. And they operate over 1,400 businesses across Europe. So we've employed them ourselves as a company to do an audit for us, just to make sure and double down that our safety standards are in place. And what's really been brilliant for us really in the last 12 months, despite the fact they've been open for the last 12 months, we've had little or no cases of coronavirus in any of our hotels, despite the fact that we've been open. And when we've had a case, because there's 2 hotels where we've had cases, we were able to move on those very quickly. In other words, get people dealt with, get their surrounding teams dealt with, and everything was done seamlessly. So it meant there was no major outbreaks or there was no difficulty at all. So from a service and standards point of view, it just gave us that extra layer of commitment. And by the way, they're not easy, no different than the awards. If you don't pass it, you don't pass it. And everybody has got to retrain and redo everything. But to be fair to the teams, they've all embraced it. I always say, if our employees are safe and feel safe in the business, then so will the customer, because ultimately you get a feeling when you walk into a place when that's not quite so safe here, or the employees seem a little edgy. Well, we've made sure is that they're first and foremost that they're looked after, that they feel safe, and then as a result everybody else will feel safe around them. So I think that safety measures we've taken to make sure, the inspection, the testing, certification, the records, the processes, the procedures, I can't give you nearly enough of what's happening in the last 12 months, but that's just kind of an overview of it, and I know you've seen some of them yourself of what we've been doing, but I think it just gave us that extra line of safety and really made such a difference.
Yeah. Yeah, listening to what you're saying there, I mean, it's definitely a new world that we're moving into, but it just shows it can be done, and it can be done safely, and people can still
Yeah.
come and enjoy themselves. And you know, it really is super that you've kept your team intact, and you know, I really do believe that you'll be able to pick up where you left off whenever we get the volume of people coming back in again. So look,
I think the other thing, Stephen, just the other thing as well, what's important with CIE and ourselves,
yeah,
we've had great communication over the years. So our senior people and your senior people are
yeah,
all in very frequent contact with each other, and I
yeah,
think that also helps as well. If because issues will arise, but it's all down to hospitality. It's all about how we deal with things, and I think that's been one of the things that's driven right through this over the last 50 years. Is this commitment, I suppose, to communicate well, to deal with things in a positive manner, and most importantly, that line of hospitality, looking after the customers, and we both do that, and I think that's really important.
yeah. Well, your record speaks for itself. I mean, the number of awards that we've given you, and as I said, it's not me deciding that you deserve an award; it's our customers. So, and we get a huge amount of feedback. It's formalized. It's through our quality system from our customers. So, you know, that's the proof that you're doing a fantastic job. So I'd just like to congratulate you and your team on becoming a CIE Tours All-Star, and wish you continued success, and really hope that it's not too long before we have customers back into your hotels, and back meeting you again in person, and maybe giving you more awards in the future.
Listen, thank you, Stephen. Thank you very much, and well done to CIE again. You know, I think we're coming towards the end, I think, here, you know, so I think there's a great deal of positivity as well, albeit it can be a little slower than we all want. But you know what, we are getting there. I think this time next year, please God, we'll be in person doing these awards, and I hope we pick up more. That's what we want to do as well. So thank you very much, and thank you for everything.
Okay, go my good, agus slán go fóill.
Slán go fóill. Slán.